Okay, let's talk about something that is a massive challenge for pretty much every business out there right now. Your employees, right? They're using public AI tools every single day. So the real question is, how do you protect your most sensitive company data while they're doing it? Let's dive in and figure it out.
I mean, really think about it for a second. Is your company's secret sauce, the stuff that makes you, you, is it being used to train public AI? We're talking M&A docs, intellectual property, those super sensitive client contracts. They could be getting pasted directly into a public AI. And look, this isn't some far off future problem. It is happening right now. So the big question is, what can you actually do about it?
All right, so here's what we're going to cover. We're going to walk through a really clear, actionable plan. First up, we'll break down this new AI data risk. Then we'll introduce you to a pretty powerful security partnership. We're calling it the brains and the muscle. After that, we'll lay out a simple 4-step protection plan, see exactly how a policy works in the real world, and then wrap up by looking at how all of this secures your entire AI foundation. So let's kick things off by really framing this problem. You've got all these amazing tools that are supposed to boost productivity, right? Well, they can very easily turn into data black holes. And the scary part? It's all happening way faster than most security teams can even begin to keep up with. I mean, look, it's no surprise employees everywhere are jumping on AI tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Copilot to work smarter, to work faster. And that's great. That's the upside. But here's the downside. Every single time they paste company information into one of these platforms, you completely lose control. That data, it could be used to train their models, or worse, it could just be exposed. This creates a massive, and I mean urgent, security gap.
So, how in the world do you solve this? Well, it's not about finding one magic tool. It's about a strategic partnership. The best way to think about it is having both brains and muscle working together, hand in hand, to protect your data.
So in this partnership, you've got two key players. First, you have Cognni. Think of Cognni as the brain of the whole operation. And then you have Microsoft Purview, which brings the muscle, the enforcement. Now, they're both powerful on their own, for sure. But it's how they work together. That's the real magic that solves this AI data risk.
Okay, let's break down their roles a bit more. Cognni, the brain, does all the heavy lifting of actually understanding your data. We're not just talking about keyword searches here. It understands the context. It knows, hey, is this an M&A document? Is this top secret R&D data? Then you have Purview, the muscle. It takes all that incredible intelligence from Cognni and enforces the rules that you set. So, for example, it's the one that physically blocks that M&A doc from ever getting close to ChatGPT.
Now, this whole brains and muscle thing, it's not just a cool concept, right? It's a real, actionable strategy. So let's walk through the practical 4-step plan you can use to put this into action.
So here's the plan, step by step. It's a really logical flow. Step 1, discovery and classification. You got to know what you have. Step 2, policy creation. You build the rules to protect it. Step 3, investigations and monitoring. You watch for anything that breaks the rules. And finally, step 4, response and user education. You react and you teach. See, it's a complete, continuous security cycle. Discover, create, monitor, respond. Simple. Okay, theory is great and all, but let's see what this actually looks like in the real world. How does this system physically stop an employee from making a potentially huge mistake? It all starts with discovery. Because, let's be honest, you can't protect what you can't see. So Cogni's AI goes to work, autonomously scanning all that unstructured data that usually gets missed. We're talking emails, Teams messages, random documents, to find what is truly business critical. Then, and this is the key, it automatically maps what it finds to the sensitivity labels inside Microsoft Purview. This step right here, it builds the entire foundation for everything else. Okay, so once that foundation is in place, you get to build your policy in Purview. And the logic here is super simple. The condition is basically this. If a file has a highly confidential label on it, the one Cognni just applied, then the action is to automatically block any attempt to paste it into an AI app. It's a straight, direct line from intelligence to enforcement. No ambiguity. And this is what the actual user sees. The second they try to paste that sensitive data, bam, they get this policy tip. And notice, it's not just a big red no. It's an educational moment. It tells them exactly why their action was stopped, which reinforces your security policy right there in real time. And this is where the loop closes, monitoring and response. Every single attempt, successful or blocked, is logged. This gives your security team total visibility. But here's the really cool part. The logs, say in Microsoft Sentinel, they include all of Cogni's business context. That means investigators don't just see a file was blocked. They see a highly sensitive M&A document was blocked. They immediately know the significance of what happened. This makes incident response so much faster and a whole lot smarter.
Now, blocking uploads is a crucial tactic, absolutely, but it's really just one piece of a much bigger AI security strategy. You should think of it like a multi-layered defense. We're going to look at 3 of these key layers, and we're actually going to start from the bottom up with the most important one, the foundation.
So the first layer we're talking about is actually layer 3. This is the foundational layer, and it's the most critical for one simple reason. It's all about securing your data before it even gets a chance to reach an AI. And guess what? This is exactly the space where that Cognni and Purview partnership shines.
Okay, moving up one level, we get to layer 2, prompting control. This is pretty much what it sounds like. It's all about managing what your users are even allowed to ask the AI. You can use topic-level policies here to cut down on risk before a prompt is even sent. And then, at the very top of our stack, you've got layer 1 response monitoring. This layer is the final checkpoint. It checks the AI's output, the answer it gives back, to make double sure it isn't accidentally exposing sensitive information that the user shouldn't be seeing. So when you look at those 3 layers, which one is the most important? Hands down, it's layer 3, the foundation. Why? Because this is where you get the most bang for your buck, security-wise. By using Cognite to classify and label your data right at the source, you stop that whole garbage in, garbage out problem before it starts. You're ensuring your entire AI strategy is built on a bedrock of safe, trusted information from day one.
When it's all said and done, it really comes down to this one simple, powerful idea. In this new age of AI, having unmanaged data is just an unacceptable risk. It's a non-starter. The only real path forward is to classify, to label, and to protect your information right at its core.
So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a question to chew on for your own organization. Now that you've seen the whole plan, what's the very first piece of unstructured data that comes to your mind? That one contract, that top secret strategy document, that critical research file? Which one would you protect first? Something to think about.
Thank you so much for joining me, and remember, less risk, clean compliance, faster AI adoption. Cognni Autonomous Data Governance. Book a demo to see it live